What's up, baby dolls? Often I share for you different perspectives on, how people think about crypto, where macro's going or whatever. And ultimately, we all have a fun and laugh at the end of the day. We know, 50-50 and stuff here and there. But we always try to flex our muscle and think about that future, because if things start to line up, you actually will be surprised in how prepared you are for whatever's coming. So you don't make the wrong move. Like, the last thing you want to do after hearing, for example, my dark prophecy scenario that I've been telling you about for 2 years now, the last thing you want to do after hearing about it is walk right into turbo leveraged, long, risky stuff, new entries when Bitcoin crosses $80,000, for example. So I'm going to show you Crypto Crew University Steve, and he's actually sticking by his guns that Bitcoin won't hit $100,000 this cycle. Okay, now here's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen, friends, but this is where we stand right now. This is the monthly candle for Bitcoin right now. And remember, this is my dark prophecy. I've got it actually drawn right here. You see this line now? I have the bull case up here, 240K Bitcoin, and then I have I have this case right now. And so, my dark prophecy, friends, I've just left it right here just so we're prepared, right? We're prepared just in case Bitcoin does have a turnaround into the end of the year and we start to see things play out that's basically making us scared. But scared as in too many people are euphoric, right? So remember, there are other indicators we have to hit, friends. Now, shockingly, they gave us the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF early. It would have been nicer if they gave it to us at the end, but what can we do? We can't control it. There are other top signals that we might look at, right? We have Jim Cramer, of course. We have Coinbase, the App Store ranking. Okay, it only peaked at number 34, I believe, at the beginning of this year, 34, and then now it's back to 150 or 200. So if it hits number 1 ranking, that's another thing to look at. And there's other things we can look at as well. A meme coin hitting 100 billion market cap, etc., etc. But ultimately, friends, you still have to respect it, not in terms of whether they're going to get it right or not, but respect it in terms of someone out there, they can make a really good case for non-believers entering earlier than you think. That's what it is pretty much. Okay, because what we're actually doing here, friends, I have non-believer up here. That's why I have it. This word non-believer, I want you to know that this whole zone, they're non-believers. And yeah, it makes sense, man. Why? Because you go to Davey Soy Hoffman crying, you're a believer, bro. You're a believer. When you're entering crypto, when Bitcoin's at 15,000 to 20,000, okay? When you're entering down here, you're a believer. If you're still holding. If you're still holding crypto, you're a believer here. If you're holding, you're still a believer here. Midway, but you're still holding, okay? But as you go up here, bro, you're not a believer, right? You're not a believer, okay? So what will probably most likely happen is you'll get more Bitcoin Maxi podcasts telling everybody that they are the smartest person in the world for buying Bitcoin at $80,000 because, people thought they were late at $8 and then it went up 1,000x, right? You see what I mean? They're always going to make that case. Don't ever believe those garbage narratives. I know you won't, because ultimately at the end of the day, friends, look, you can make it in 2 ways, right? One, you can go more aggressive with size than the average person in terms of how much of your living expenses is invested. Okay, I covered that in my morning, my juicy news. It's really important. I cover it lots. So if the average person is invested 1 month of their living expenses, okay, if they need $2,000 to live, they've got $2,000 in crypto. Okay, that's a starter position. People who make it, they're going to have a whole year's worth. Okay, they're going to be more closer towards 6 months to 12 months of living expenses put in. So if they need, if they need $2,000 a month, these people will have 12 to 24,000 invested. They'll try to get a whole year worth of their whatever their living expenses is. Remember, it's not savings, it's living expenses. This is completely different. So if right now, how much do you need to live, right? You calculate the whole year. Okay, some people depends what country you are, right? That's why I thought about this, and it's such a wonderful gift of being able to actually bring highest value content in crypto, like and subscribe. It's such a wonderful gift to think about it like that, because how do you normalize somebody who lives in Poland and Croatia or China or Americana or even Luxembourg or whatever, right? So it's very hard to normalize them, but if you go off how much you need to live today, I just assume that you are, you're basically barely keeping your head above the water, but you can survive today, right? Now, I'm going to show you Crypto Crew University Steve's picture here. And obviously, I watch all these videos because I always want different perspectives, okay? But look, he's a nice guy, okay, friends? He was literally one of the only guys bullish. It was Crypto Crew University Steve, me, and Blockchain Backer. We were bullish at the bottom, okay? We were the only ones bullish. Right here, okay? This was Bitcoin going down, and we were the only ones bullish, right? But now I'm just going to show you who was bearish back then. And I have it right here, friends. This is my post, okay? This was literally posted at the bottom. Look at this, look at this. Literally 2022, the bear market, friends. The literal bear market, okay? The bottoms. They're literally bottoming McBottoms. And I have all, I mean, I'm not joking, 30 influencers were turbo bearish. Tone Gaze, of course, because he's blocked me. That's why he's Tone Gaze. Biddy Boy, Ben Copen, Elio, Ricardo Hart, Crypto LARP, The Market Sniper, Altcoin Daily, The Twink Brothers, Gareth Soloway. He hasn't blocked me. Otherwise, you know exactly what nickname we're going to give him. Suppo, man. There's just 10 friends. I just ran out of space. People calling for 30K, though. Me, wee. Friends, look what literally was going on, by the way. Look what literally was going on here. Bitcoin to face the final capitulation moment. We're looking at a massive drop. Bitcoin could fall another 50%. I don't blame him, man. I mean, because you've been going down for a year. You're like, oh, it's going to get worse. Another crash coming, you know. So just showing you. It was me, Steve, Blockchain Backer. Okay, now that's why it's interesting to think about. Now, I'm not saying we're always going to be right. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I'm just going to show you something now. You see, Steve, friends, in his video, I know, because, you know, friends, I'm like one of the only guys to tell you, man, I got no freaking idea what comes next. I literally have no idea. I don't even have an inkling of idea. That's why what separates me, I guess, from Blockchain Backer, they're really technical guys. Blockchain Backer's using like fractals and other waves and stuff, but he's not touching on-chain stuff, which is where all the edge is. Okay, so he focuses on that. So he'll take a lot of pride in using the fractals and getting things right. But he's very humble as well. We're all very humble. Okay, BCB and Steve and me, extremely humble when it comes, because your markets, man, they sap you around all day. Steve, also very humble, nice guy. But here's the thing. I remember, so in Steve's picture, friends, he's talking about, you know, there were some false signals and like, I was like just warning you, because he showed like, warning, there's going to be a big Bitcoin extension here, big Bitcoin crash. And he was right, okay? Because, but here's the thing, man. I was watching him every day. And when we were here, friends, okay, all right, where's his Bitcoin going up? Around the Bitcoin ETF, all right, it was pretty much extended already. Everything was extended, yeah? You remember that, yeah? And Bitcoin, as you can see it right now, look at this, look at this. See up here, friends, Bitcoin, like warning. You actually see it. See see that right line? See where the RSI is? Look, it hit one of the most overbought, super overbought, okay? So he was warning. And I was as well. I'm like, man, it's Bitcoin ETF. Be careful, friends, be careful. People are taking on debt and stuff. And yeah, it was the 1 out of 10. It was buy the rumor, buy the news. We get that, right? And then we eventually suffered. But I remember with him, he's kind of like, he focused more on his call at the very top. Because, you know, man, friends, you just keep sounding the alarm and it eventually stops. That's why I am not here to tell you this thing is happening next, because I've got no freaking idea. I'm just here to tell you, hey, man, risk is high now. That's it. Risk is high. We can't keep going up with risk is high, but just be careful with these. Like, don't go do anything silly, or maybe you can take off risk. You know, you can maybe sell 30% of your portfolio. Obviously, never got to that because it's still Bitcoin halving year. But I'm just painting the picture, friends. We have to paint the picture just to give you an idea of stuff. So what he's actually got now is see, I've added these red lines, by the way, and I've got the RSI down here. So basically, because he's used his 2-week chart, 2 weeks, and he's shown on the 2-week chart, the indicator has made a lower low. All right, which is bad. Like you broke the level on the indicator. So he's using that as a metric gauge for whatever comes next will be a fake move. Be careful. Now, what does that mean? Well, because they're long-term time frame charts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it could mean on the chart here. So it could mean, man, that as we go up, so let's say we do turn around. We go up into the end of the year, but then Bitcoin stops around 80K. And then he says this will come back down to wherever it finds structure. So it could be here, or it even could be down here. You don't know, man. Like, obviously, we're hoping it's the higher part, but technically, this part is also structure. It could be that. So Bitcoin goes to 80 to 100K, and then it either comes back down to this 50 or even here, like something like that. Okay, now I know this is, friends, this is dark prophecy stuff. And it's ushered in by, you know, everyone thinking Donald Trump's in, victory, everything's going to be great, money printing, we can't possibly go down, that stuff, okay? Now, you don't know it's going to happen, but one of the reasons he's saying this is if you look down on the chart, you see this red line? That is the RSI, and you notice how it makes a lower high. So basically, if we reverse up from here, we will have Bitcoin's price making a new high, but the indicator making a lower high. That's what we call a bearish divergence. And you can see that right here. You can see up here, Bitcoin makes a new high. So I'll do the verticals. Bitcoin makes a new high up here, but then this RSI, see from this part to this part is lower. It's a lower part. You see that? It's lower. And then basically that is a very nasty signal. Now, it does have some falsies. It does, some false signals. It does, but that's why I mentioned to you, he used the 2-week chart, because the 2-week stochastic RSI broke low. So that's why he's leading more towards it won't be a false signal, right? It'll be more towards a true one. And also it ties in with his 5.3 theory, which is we're kind of like, you know, obviously diminishing hard. So I know, friends, I saw a shout out to Lil Don Don, Stinky Link Marine, and Hexagon Marine as well. He said he's very scared. I know, man. Whenever I see this, we get scared as well. Now, you probably, that's why I showed you all these, right, friends? So we have Steve. Steve believes, okay, Bitcoin 100K, not happening this cycle. But he said, hey, if you're here for the long run, it's going to be sweet. That's number one, okay? Now, moving on to BCB, blockchain backup. He has his own different method, but he's also similar in that camp, okay? He's also similar in that camp, and he uses the fractals from the Bitcoin dominance and earlier wave stuff, and he's very concerned about the fact that only the Russell 2000 still can't make a new high. Okay, but he's not really like concerned. He's just saying, look, in the past this has happened, and then it eventually goes up. Okay, so this is Russell 2000. And this horizontal line I've drawn, friends, is the Russell 2000 all-time high, okay? So we need Mr. Russell to do what it's done in the past and just start shooting up. We just need it to start shooting up. We need this to be up here. If it can't get up here, friends, and it's still here by the end of the year, that could be the signal that, you know what, we've got a bit too ahead of ourselves based off economic conditions, okay? I know, man, it's never easy, friends. Bull markets, they're so literally nearly impossible to time with all this macro stuff. That's why crypto is different. Crypto bull markets, okay, everything went up heaps. It's stock market's not like that. Stock market is this game of psyops everywhere. The S&P 500 fakes you out everywhere, but now you have the inverted yield curve, but then you have everybody bearish, but then you have the money printer. You see a lot of things are obfuscated. So look, at the end of the day, we do have the global liquidity index rising, which is great. Hasn't broken a high, but still it is rising. That's good. And Tether and stuff. So far systems go. So far. But look, at the end of the day, these cracks that happen in the system, they don't have to give you a warning sign that the economy is turning. Friends, look what happened with zombie virus. It's like you wake up one day, it's all over. You see what I mean? And let's see. But we go back once again to your friend Sommi theory, friendship thesis, where I said, well, the zombie virus is such a black swan. Everybody's so prepared for these immediate destructions that I don't think the next one's going to be like that. I think it's either going to be slow burn or like these tipsy-turvy, the wheels basically skidding, but it still stays on the track. The engine, the car stays on the track, right? That's what I'm just feeling, because you're so PTSD. Everyone's like, I don't want to buy 7 cars because look what happened to zombie virus, right? That's how I kind of feel like it made everybody really reactive and smarter in terms of planning for the future. So that's where that leaves us to me. So you think, okay, well, what do I think? I never think with anything like this, friends. I don't. I still believe Euphoria will show itself. That's it. Friends, you got to remember, man, like, look, we go back, friends. You're looking at Davey Soy Hoffman here, okay, crying. Now, when Davey Soy Hoffman was crying because we lost all hope in the industry, by the way, we've got like less hope than we have back then because it's disgusting. Nothing's gone up, right? Except Bitcoin and Solana. You got 3,000 Ethereum at least in your wallet. Your company's making 1.5 million a year. That's bankless with all these sponsorships. You got given ICO allocations to like Arbitrum and these other layer 2 chains. You know what I mean? Why are you crying? like you should be the last person crying. You know what I mean? Like you won. You were in Ethereum. You know what I mean? Like you beat everybody. But the fact that he cried, it's like a signal from the universe showing like the depression was so much, even people who shouldn't cry, they're now irrationally crying. They've lost all hope, okay? Now, I'm just taking a bet, not financial advice, that the polar opposite will happen, okay? I think people who shouldn't be euphoric are going to be euphoric. They're going to do euphoric stuff. Now, how does that appear? God knows. Friends, there's some crazy stuff, man. You never know, man. What if Bitcoin hits like 180,000 and someone sells their house, gets a Bitcoin forehead tattoo, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just like something extreme like that. You just don't know. You can't predict it, man. Like, would you ever expected that, hey, a guy with 3,000 Ethereum plus making $1 million a year who picked the right coin, who literally is retired from crypto, who's getting all these insider deals, he's going to be crying. Would you ever? No way you would have predicted that. Okay? It's not so easy, though. Richard Hart, who called the bear market, who got most of the move right, was still bearish at the bottom. All right? So that's what makes it tough. What are we going to see on the other side, though? Well, we don't know, man, obviously, but it doesn't make it easy when you have Steve with these types of moves out here. But, you know, this money printer and all these other stuff, friends, it does obfuscate things, man. It does. I know people, there's cycles and stuff going on, but man, they turn on the money printer every single time. And ultimately, look, in the immediate short term, we'll probably go up because we have actually triple breaking news. Jim Cramer has tripled down on being bearish. This is now his third tweet. That last dip down was brutal and a harbinger for more selling. That's 3 times, brother. 3 times, okay? 3 times, okay? When Jim Cramer is bearish 3 times, bears, watch out. Okay, 1 time's enough, by the way. 1 time is enough. But 3? My gosh, this guy's unhinged. All right, so I'm still sticking to my guns that something's going to appear. And we've been waiting the whole time. We don't know at what price, but something will appear. Coinbase App Store ranking. I hope we get a meme coin 100 billion market cap, because that'll mean kind of like a lot of us can win, right? So what do you think, friends? You know, look, I know these sound scary. Oh no, because it's gonna be like that. But it's good, man, because the more we feel scared, the more we're climbing that wall of worry in a bull market as well. So don't forget that dark prophecy, friends. I hope to God it doesn't happen. But just to refresh you, right? It's because too many people know about the 4-year cycle now. So remember, if you go to Bitcoin's price and you change it to a monthly chart, okay? You change to the monthly chart, friends. You put on a log chart. Everyone in crypto knows this 4-year cycle, right? They know 1, 2, 3 3 green candles on the yearly, and then a red one, bear market. Okay, 1, 2, 3 green yearly candles, and then a red one. Okay, 1, 2. Oh man, that's what I'm telling you. Like, everyone's like, oh, 2025 is going to be great. That's why there is risk. Now, I'm not definitely selling, and you shouldn't definitely sell either. But what can we actually do when it comes to this? Well, if we get to the end of the year, man, right, and Bitcoin's $80,000, just hold. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be rushing in to like get a gambling fix, to do leverage trading, you know, to go buy heaps of stuff, right? But maybe stuff will be swooping up. So it's not so easy. But you get the point. That's what I'm saying. Be careful of that, because there are warning signs showing that could be a nasty pit stop. And I'm going to use the word pit stop because, man, And they printed so much money. How can Bitcoin not stop at 100K? I'm just thinking fundamentally, bro, you guys scammed the living crap out of the purchasing power. This thing should be way, way, way higher. Okay, now, if I bring out my weekly chart once again, it is possible, friends, that you see how there's a little channel thing going up here? Looks like there's a little channel, right? It is possible we go up to 80, 90, and then next year, there's like some anti-Trump scare where everything just comes back down like that and everyone thinks it's over, right? But actually, we zip back up to the end of the year. Okay, that's possible. That's possible. So you see, I just drew this pit stop, friends. I just drew that, okay? So it is possible where the 80, 90, oh, dark prophecy! No! That's possible, friends. That is possible. And look, you know, in this zone here, by the way, I know it doesn't look like much. Like, oh, it's just Bitcoin, you know, stops at whatever, 80 or 90,000, only drops 27%. Yeah, you've already seen now, man. If you're buying new stuff that went up heaps, you're not dropping 27%. You're dropping 90%. That's why if you're just holding your stuff now, we are, like, you know, all the Pulse Chain altcoins, everything, friends, you are with strong believers in that coin. So if we do have to sit through a rinsing, it's more than likely your coins, after being through so much pain, there's not that much downside to go. You won't be copying an enormous, like, you know, risk off type of attack. But then again, man, look what happened with meme coins. Meme coins went up 14x. They all drop the same amount as everything else. So it's a tough game, isn't it? I just wanted to open your mind to that. So you're just prepared, you know, just prepared to go. Okay, my friend Sommi said, it's not programmed that we just go up only next year. It's not programmed like that. It is possible it starts to trick us by the end of this year. So just continue to hold. Or DCA buy. Just don't think you're going to wait for some confirmation. Bitcoin breaks 100K, then you can definitely get in, you know, because maybe it's a trap. That first trap. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you in the next one.